Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be diving into a genuinely life-changing concept today, innate happiness. And this is all based on the phenomenal work of Mo Godot. Now, to give you some context, Mo was the chief business officer at Google X, the world's most advanced, cutting-edge innovation lab. By all conventional standards, he had literally everything our culture tells us we need. Massive status, serious money, widespread influence. The whole shebang. But despite having all of that, he was deeply, profoundly unhappy. So, what actually turned things around for him? Well, it came down to two pivotal moments. The first was when his 5-year-old daughter basically challenged him to use his engineering brain to find a logical, sensible model for happiness. And what he discovered through that process is beautifully simple. It's this: happiness is just the absence of unhappiness. That's it. Now, Mo actually formalized this whole method after an incredibly heartbreaking tragedy. He lost his wonderful 21-year-old son, Ali, to a sudden medical error. It's unimaginable, really. But through navigating that immense grief, Mo developed a robust system grounded in mathematics, neuroscience, and sheer empirical observation. The absolute core takeaway here is that true happiness isn't some shiny object you have to go out and hunt down in the world. It's an innate state. It's already right there inside you, and you uncover it simply by stripping away the bad stuff. But, of course, to get back to that natural, innate state, we have to do a little unlearning. We have to completely dismantle the narrative society feeds us. Godot points out 3 major misconceptions that basically keep us trapped in chronic unhappiness. Number 1, this idea that happiness is acquired from the outside. Like, oh, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or when I buy that car, or when I find the perfect partner. Number 2, the belief that stress, discomfort, and unhappiness are just the default settings of adult life, and happiness is some rare luxury you only get to experience on a weekend getaway. And number 3, that your happiness depends purely on external events. We are constantly told that we need to do more or get more to be happy. But as Mo found out, the reality is the exact opposite. So Mo took these insights and, being an engineer, he translated the human experience into a mathematical equation. And it is brilliant. The equation goes like this. Happiness happens when the events in your life match, or hopefully exceed, your expectations of how life should be. Simple, right? But on the flip side, you become unhappy whenever there's a gap, when what actually happens in reality falls short of what you expected or what you thought should have happened. Think of this equation like having 2 giant levers in front of you. Lever number 1 is events. That's the external world. And let's be honest, most of us spend our entire lives frantically pulling on this lever, right? We try to control events by constantly changing jobs, moving to new cities, or micromanaging everything around us. But a lot of the time, those things are completely out of our control. Then you have lever number 2, expectations. This is your internal mental training. And here's the game changer. This lever is almost always in your hands. We possess the absolute power to recalibrate what we expect from life, from situations, and from the people around us. Now, I want to be super clear about something here. Recalibrating your expectations absolutely does not mean slapping on a fake smile and pretending everything is fine when it's genuinely terrible. It's more about expanding your field of view. Godot demonstrated this in the most profound way possible with the loss of his son. The automatic, reactive mind says, Ali is dead, this is completely unacceptable. But the reframed mind, the mind that expands its view, says, wait, Ali lived 21 wonderful years that I didn't expect, that I didn't somehow earn or deserve, and that were a sheer gift to me. Does the pain go away? No, the pain is absolutely still there. But expanding that perspective allows deep, profound gratitude to coexist right alongside the pain. To really understand how we can achieve this biologically, we need to look at 2 totally different states that we often confuse with happiness. On one hand, you've got the dopaminergic state. This is all about excitement, euphoria, chasing after rewards and novelty, like the thrill of a wild party or the rush of buying something new online. Honestly, our entire modern world is built around keeping us on this fleeting dopamine treadmill. But real, lasting happiness, that relies on the serotonergic state. We're talking calm, peace, deep contentment. It's a stable, grounded baseline driven by a profound sense of internal safety. It's that feeling of everything is okay, even when absolutely nothing exciting is happening on the outside. Okay, so the big question is, how do we actually build that stable, peaceful, serotonergic baseline? Well, Godot lays out 4 pillars of innate happiness. The first pillar is what he calls plus being. It's all about creating some healthy distance between you and your automatic knee-jerk reactions, because that constant nagging voice in your head, that is not your identity. So the next time a difficult or stressful thought pops up, run it through this incredibly simple thought test. Ask yourself, 1, is it true? Like, do I have concrete, factual proof of this right this second? 2, is it useful? Does dwelling on this help me do something constructive? And 3, is it necessary right now? If the answer to all 3 of those is a solid no, then that thought literally does not deserve your time. Just let it go. The other 3 pillars really build on that foundation to keep you grounded. You've got Plus US, which is all about authentic human connection. Cultivating real relationships produces oxytocin and serotonin, and it's practically the ultimate antidote to the misery we feel when we constantly compare ourselves to fake internet standards. Then there's Plus Discipline, because let's face it, happiness is a skill. It's not magic. It requires a daily mental workout to train those positive thought patterns until they become second nature. And finally, Plus Positive Chemistry, which focuses on generating biological signals of peace and safety from within. It's about reminding your nervous system that the threats you face are manageable and that it is perfectly safe for you to just slow down and breathe. And that brings us to a massively important concept, acceptance. I feel like acceptance gets a bad rap sometimes. People think it means surrender or just throwing your hands up in resignation. Actually, scratch that. It is the complete opposite. Acceptance is an act of tremendous strength, courage, and discipline. It means looking at reality exactly as it is, without sugarcoating it, and asking yourself, all right, how can I make this reality, as it is right now, the best possible? It's realizing that fighting against reality doesn't change reality. It just exhausts you. True acceptance is simply your clear, grounded starting point for taking actual, meaningful action. Which leads us to the ultimate takeaway of this explainer. You were born happy, period. And you absolutely have the power to uncover that happiness again. How? Not by adding more stuff, not by piling on more achievements, or swiping your credit card for more purchases, or frantically chasing the next dopamine spike, but by stripping away all those superfluous expectations and those exhausting, negative automatic thoughts. So here's the question I really want to leave you with today. What is one unnecessary expectation you can choose to let go of right now to finally uncover the happy child you have always been?